Hi, and welcome to this series on the language learning which we have been doing for the past few days. As I had initially mentioned that we would be going very slow, and now we are moving into the grammar part. And in this very first session, I'm going to talk to you about the parts of speech. What are the different parts of speech? How, where these are used? We're going to understand that in this session. What is parts of speech? Parts of speech is a name given to a word based on its job in a sentence. Now we have a sentence, and the sentence is formed with different parts of speech in that. The part of speech indicates how the word functions in meaning as well as grammatically within the sentence. An individual word can function as more than one part of speech when used in different circumstances. Understanding part of speech is essential for determining the correct definition of a word when we are using the dictionary. So basically, part of speech indicates a particular function in the sentence. It can be defining a person, it can be defining a place, it can be describing what the sentence is talking about, or it can be about a person who's doing certain action, or it can also be describing a place, a flower, or an animal, or a person. And how we use different words for different nouns, how we add up two sentences, how we add up two words, and what is required when we are adding up two sentences. All these is what it indicates. And let us see how we are going to do this. 8 parts of speech. The very first one being verb. Verb is something where it is an action, or it is a state, or it is a situation which we are in, or a particular word you are describing and what situation it is. The second one is noun. Noun we are very familiar. It's a name of a person, place, animal. It can also be a name of a thing, an item. It can also be a feeling, emotions when we are talking about, or it can also be about an idea. The third is a pronoun. A pronoun replaces a noun. It can be like Raju is driving a car and Raju is going to Delhi. So we are repeating the word Raju here. When we use it or when we replace the noun with the pronoun, it becomes Raju is driving a car and he is going to Delhi. So we'll come back to pronouns in detail and then I'll give you more examples on that. Then we have a third part of the speech, that is adjective, which again can be describing a noun or describing a pronoun. Then we have an adverb, verb, adjective, and an adverb. You're supplementing or you're adding on or you're describing, you're giving information on how, when, what of a particular verb or an adjective. The third one being preposition, and the fourth one being conjunction, where we add two sentences, and in the interjection it is a few words which are not grammatically at times used in the sentences, but out of emotions these words come, such as wow, ouch, oops, hey. So these are the 8 different parts of speech, and we will take up one by one now. The very first one being verb. Verb is an important word in English language because every sentence in English must have a verb. So if you write a sentence or if you read any sentence, in that sentence there is definitely going to be a verb, and only verbs have sentences. We have not done sentences. When I explain sentences, I'll tell you it is the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense. Only the verb has tenses. Now, what is a verb? Verb expresses an action. It can express an occurrence. It can talk about an occurrence, something which is happening, or a state of being. What state or what situation a person is. Like in the example, if you see, Sania plays tennis for India. The word here, the red word here, plays, because there is some action happening. A sports person, she is playing tennis for India. She represents India and she plays tennis at international tennis games. So playing, there is some action happening. That is, the word plays as an action. The second sentence, if you see, I am a teacher. Now here, am is a verb. Now how does it become a verb? Because I am a teacher and I am in a state, I am in a situation. What situation I am? I am in a teaching situation. So I am a teacher, and in this word am is a teacher. Now similar examples if you take up, you have Raju was going to market. Going as an action, he's walking. Early morning I go for a long walk. Early morning I go for a walk, a simple sentence. I go for a walk, go, or a walk. There is some action happening. I'm moving. When I'm walking, I'm moving. I can see a monkey jumping. The monkey is jumping from one tree to another tree. There's some movement happening. My son was crying for a pencil. Again, there is an action happening. So, crying, laughing, jumping, sleeping, walking, playing, riding, all these words are describing actions and they are called verbs. Now let's move to the second one, the noun. Noun is a word that refers to a thing, example book, a person, Rajesh, an animal, a cat, a place, Delhi, quality, softness, an idea, injustice or justice, or an action, yodeling. It's usually a single word but not always. Examples, you have cake, you have shoes, you have school bus, and time and half are all nouns. Example, Raju went on a vacation to Santorini with his family last year. Now what are the nouns in this sentence? The very first one I have marked for you, Raju. The name of a person. Raju is a name of a person, and that is a noun. Then you have vacation. Vacation is a name to a different type of trip. In our times people travel. You travel and you take a vacation. You take a break from work and you go on a vacation with your family. You go to a hill station, or you go to an island, or you go to a beach. You go to a village to visit your parents, to visit your grandparents. That becomes a vacation, a type of break. I can also visit other places, and that would be on an official trip, on office work. Or I would visit some place to see somebody who is not well. So that will not become a vacation. I have gone to Delhi to see my friend who is not well, who is admitted in a hospital. Or I've been to Delhi, I'm going to London to sign up a contract for my work. Or I'm going on a vacation with my family to Santorini. Santorini is a small, beautiful island on near Greece. Raju went on a vacation to Santorini with his family. So Santorini is again a noun because it's the name of a place. And then family. Family is also a noun because it's a group of people there. Family consists of grandparents, uncle, aunt, brothers, sisters, parents. All together combined, it becomes a family. So we have a lot of people there. That is the name of a person, group of people there. And the last word is the year. The 365 days. And 365 days is a time where the earth takes time to rotate around the sun. It rotates. So year is the timeline. So the name, place, it can be an idea. All these is nothing but nouns. Pronoun, the third one being a word such as I, he, she, you, it, we, or they that is used instead of a noun or a noun phrase. What does a pronoun do? A pronoun replaces a noun. Now, why do we have to replace a noun with a pronoun? Why can't we use a noun all the time? Now, let's see an example. What happens when we use a noun all the time? How does a sentence make sense? Is it really right? Or do you think there is something which is not really good in the sentence? Because when you're reading the sentence is actually not making sense. Look at the sentence. Cyril is at Cyril's grandmother's village. Cyril really enjoys spending time in the village at Cyril's grandmother's place. Now, I'm talking about a boy whose name is Cyril. That's a noun. And Cyril's grandmother's village. Where is he? He is at Cyril's grandmother's. He is at his village, at his grandmother's place. Cyril enjoys spending time in the village at Cyril's grandmother's place. I'm repeating Cyril, 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 Cyril. Remember, when you're writing or when you're talking in any language, and in English also, repeating a word all the time and again in the same sentence is not right, and it really looks odd because you're repeating the word again and again. It should not happen. So what could we do? And also to make it easier, language has to be simple, easier for people to understand. Just because I know the entire grammar, I'm a perfect with English, I can't just go and start speaking the way I want, because I need to think about the opposite person. How much does he understand my language? So keeping it simple all the time is the best method, and is the best method of communication. Yes, when you're speaking, when you're on a dais, when you're debating on a particular topic in front of a lot of people around, and you are attending a conference and there you are going to speak on language, then probably, or you're writing essays or you're writing, theory papers, and there probably you think of adding in more of adverbs, adjectives, verbs, and making the sentence, making it, you want to make that the entire paper presentation has to be the best. There probably you could use the words, but always make sure that, and especially for the beginners, I would recommend that you always keep your sentences short and sweet. So let's see now. If I replace Cyril with what do I replace? I said pronouns are I, he, she, you, it, we, or they. Now look at the example. I've changed it. Cyril is at his grandmother's place. His. Cyril is at his grandmother's village. He really enjoys spending time in the village at her place. I've used Cyril only once in the first sentence and grandmother only once in the sentence. So Cyril is at his grandmother's place. He is at his grandmother's place. We're talking about Cyril, and Cyril is at his grandmother's place. Now who's enjoying he? Who's gone to grandmother's village? Cyril. So he is really enjoying time there. At whose place? He is enjoying at the grandmother's place. So instead of again grandmother's place, it's at her place. So now the sentence has become short and easy. Cyril is at his grandmother's village. He really enjoys spending time in the village at her place. You have three words: his, he, and her. All the three words I've replaced. Go and see. Pronouns. I'm just trying to show you here, tell you that these are the different words which could be used when we study more on pronouns. I'll explain. So here as a subject, in the first case, subject and object. Subject is something about, I'm talking about myself, or I'm talking about Cyril. Object is the second person. So I, which has to be capital, I'm talking about I. If it is singular, if we're talking about plural. We, Raju and Cyril are visiting Raju's grandmother's place. So if it is singular, we're talking about somebody else. So if it is plural, we say they are visiting the grandmother's place. You, he, she, it. Like you say, the cat has got a black mark on the skin. Raju has a cat. The cat has got a black mark on the skin. Raju has a cat. It has got a black mark on the skin. It. Raju has a sister. Or you say Mary is Raju's sister. Mary is studying in grade 2. Instead of again repeating Mary, I would say Mary is Raju's sister. She is studying in grade 2. So it's singular, and it is, if the object, in the object it is she, or I say Raju has a sister. She is studying in grade 2 and her name is Mary. So object can become me. If it is the second person, it is you. It is the third person, somebody who is not there. Third person is nothing but somebody who is not present among you. You are talking to your friend Raju, or you're talking to your friend Abdul, and you're talking about a third person or somebody who's not there. Raju, right? I went to Ramesh's house, right? So object, a third person, if it is singular, say I saw him enjoying his holidays. Him, the third person, it is. Or if you're talking about a subject, you say, I saw he was very happy seeing me. Third person. As a subject. You're taking him as a subject, it becomes he. So he, we will talk more about this in the third when we go and do detailed pronoun session. Third one, that is adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. It is describing about something. We talk about the nature, we talk about some people, we talk about our friends, we talk about our parents. My father is a very hard working person. My son is an intelligent student. My sister is an intelligent doctor. Now, when you're talking about somebody, then you use adjectives there. Let us see the example. Cyril drives an amazing big red sports car. Cyril drives an amazing big red sports car. The adjectives. Amazing big red sports. What am I talking about here in this sentence? I'm talking about two. One is I'm talking about Cyril and I'm talking about the car. And I'm describing the car. What car does Cyril drives? I'm not just saying Cyril drives a car. It's a simple. Now when you want to explain the car, Cyril drives an amazing big red sports car. What is your opinion of the car? I'm giving my opinion. Amazing car it is. You say, it's so amazing car. I've never seen such a car in my life. So amazing is one word we are describing about car. The second one, what size is the car? Big car. He went in a big car. That is also describing the car. The third one, what color is the car? I'm very specific in describing the car. I can also say Raju drives a car. Now when you're talking, you want to create an impact and you want to show that the car is really a beautiful car or a car is really amazing which you have not seen in your life and you're describing it. You're explaining the features of the car. What color is the car? It's a red car. The last one, what type of car is it? It's a sports car. You have different types of cars. You have a SUV, you have a simple car, you have a sports car, different types of cars are available. So you have four adjectives in this. Cyril drives an amazing big red sports car. I'm describing the car here. In the first case, my opinion is I feel that the car is amazing because I have not seen it any time before. Or it goes at a high speed, that's why it's amazing. What size is the car? What size is the car? There is a small car, there is a medium sized car, there is a big car. I'm talking about a big car. What color is the car? I'm also talking about the color of the car. Asha, did you really see Cyril driving a car? What color was it? Somebody's going to. It's a red car. The color of the car is red. What type of car is it? Okay, which car did he go? Is it a sports car or the luggage vehicle? Or is it a SUVW, a big car? So I'm saying, no, it's a sports car. So I have all the four questions in one sentence. Four answers in one sentence for the four questions. My opinion is it's an amazing car. The size of the car, I'm describing it as big car. What color is the car? It's red. And what type of car is it? It's sports. So in this, if I see, Cyril is a noun, drives is a verb because the car is moving and he's driving the car. Car is again an object, so it is a noun. And in between, amazing big red sports car is describing the car, which is adjective. And is also an adjective, but I'm going to talk about it later because these are called articles. Now, adverb. What is an adverb? The fifth one. A word that describes a verb which is describing. In the previous case, we said adjective, which is describing something. So here, a verb which describes a verb, which describes an adjective, and it can also be describing another adverb, or it can be describing of a sentence. It describes a sentence. How? Let us see the example to understand how it is. Yesterday night, we walked somewhat slowly in a very beautiful garden. Yesterday night, I'm talking about something which I did yesterday. Yesterday night, we walked somewhat slowly in a very beautiful garden. The very first adverb is yesterday night. Yesterday evening, yesterday night. Yesterday night, walked. We walked. That's a verb. Then, what are we talking about here? We're talking about when. When did I walk? When did I go for a walk? I went for a walk yesterday. So, adverb is describing a verb. What was the verb? The verb was walked. I walked yesterday. And it is describing when? Yesterday evening, yesterday night. Second one, slowly. Now, how did we walk? It's describing. Like, I can walk a brisk walk. Brisk means a fast walk. I walk very fast. Or it can be a medium. I go not very slow, not very fast. Not very slow and not very fast. Now, slowly, how did we walk? So again, it's described. How did I walk? What is the style of my walk? Was it very fast or not very fast, not very slow? No. Here I'm talking about slow. So how? So the word here is slowly. There is a third one which is something called somewhat. Somewhat slowly. Somewhat. Sometimes slow, little, sometimes little fast. So it's somewhat slowly. So the third adverb here is somewhat slowly, which is also talking about how. How. So yesterday evening, that is, describing the verb, that is when, yesterday. So here most of the time we use when, how, what, where, why. Talking about, we have these question marks. And why did you run so fast? Why did you come so fast? Why did you eat so fast? Your verb and the verb or the action which you're doing is being questioned here. Why did you eat so fast? There's a fourth one which is very, very beautiful garden. Where did we walk? We walked in a beautiful garden, and I'm describing that beautiful by adding an additional adverb there. And so, very beautiful garden. Very beautiful garden. So, adverb describes a verb, it describes an adjective, or it describes another adverb also. Beautiful, adjective, another adverb in case of somewhat slowly. So it's another adverb which I am describing, and very beautiful, it's an adjective. Preposition, a word or group of words that is used with a noun, with a pronoun, or a noun phrase to show direction, location, or time, or to introduce an object. Let's see the example. Look to the left and you will see our destination. Hey, look here to the left. I'm standing here and waving my hand. Somebody comes to your house and is standing on the beginning of the road and is searching for yours. You call up and tell him, hey, look to the left. Look to the left. To the left. Direction. To. Time. We have been working since this morning. So a preposition. We have been working since this morning. Since this morning. Location. We saw a movie at the theater. Where did we see the movie? We saw it at the theater. So two sins at the dog hid under the table. Space. Where is the dog hidden? Where did you hid the dog? The dog hid under the table. On the table. Where is your cup? The cup is on the table. Where is your house? My house is behind the police station. My house is opposite the mall. My house is near the police station, near the railway station. So these are all the prepositions which we use instead of, used along with a noun. Police station, near the police station. Police station is a noun. My house is next behind Raju's house. So the dog hid under the table. I put my phone on the table. I put the book under the pillow after I finished reading. So these are the different prepositions which we use: to, since, at, under, behind, on, in. The pen is in the pen stand. Raju is in the car. So these are all the prepositions. Now look at the example. He climbed up the ladder to get onto the roof. He climbed up. He came down. So up, the opposite is down. So he climbed up the ladder to get onto the roof. On the roof. To go on the roof, what did he do? He climbed up. So it is used with a noun. Ladder is a noun. Roof is also a noun. On the top of the roof. Conjunction. What is this? It joins together sentences, a clause, it joins phrases, or it can also join words. It also helps to connect ideas. Let's see the example. Cyril and Melvin are brothers. Cyril and Melvin. I'm talking about two boys here. And these, I'm describing what they are. Cyril and Melvin are brothers. And is a conjunction. I'm not going to office today because I am not well. Because is a conjunction. Because I'm adding two clauses here. Two sentences here. I said conjunction is something which can add two sentences also. The first one is, I am not going to office today. Clause 1. Then you have the clause 2. I am not well. Why am I not going to office? The reason is I am not well. And what is the result? The result is I am not going to the office. The sentence can also be written in this way. The third example. What is the result? The result is I am not going to office today. I go to the office by bus. The result is reaching the office. I am not well today, so I am not going to office. Simple. I'm changing it. I brought the reason before and I put the result in the next. So in that case, instead of because, I have said so. I am not well today, so I am not going to office. Interjection. Interjection is a word or a phrase that is grammatically independent. It is not connected with grammatical part, but it's completely independent from the words around it and mainly expresses feeling. It's more about the emotions and the feeling. Example, oh, what a beautiful house. You're describing the house and you're adding, oh, that means I have not seen it before. Expressions. Expressing your feeling. Your feeling is from your heart. Hey, don't be lazy. Well, it's time to say good night. Ouch, that hurts. So these words, oh, hey, well, ouch. And even there's another word, ah. When you're trying to open a bottle, or when you're trying to open something, a tiffin box, you're not able to open it. You put your efforts and say, I'm not able to open the bottle. Oh, ouch, that hurts. The last one, I can't believe I lost the key. I've lost the car key. These are the words which come to us, the expressions come. Ouch, right? So these are all the words which we call it as interjection today. Verb, those words which describe, which are talking about an action or a state, a situation which you are in. I'm standing here for the last 1 hour waiting for the bus. Standing is a verb. I didn't like Raju laughing at me. The idea here is the laughing as a verb. Raju is a noun. So name of a person, place, animal, thing, feeling, idea is a noun. Pronoun, something which replaces a noun, we discussed on that. Adjective, something you're describing a noun or a pronoun. Adverbs, you're actually describing a verb, an adjective, and at times it can also be describing another adverb. Preposition, which is about positions, in, on, at, by, from, with, before, after. I'll visit the place first. You come after 10 minutes. Let me go check what is happening there, and then you come later. You come behind me. You don't know the place. I'll drive first. You follow me. So these are all the prepositions. Conjunction, where I said you can add two words, Melvin and Cyril. Cyril and Melvin are brothers. Sita and Geeta are sisters. Right? So interjection is those words which describe our expressions, our feelings. Wow, what a beautiful horse. What a beautiful scene. Ouch, it hurts. It's paining. Oops, I forgot to get my pencil. Oops, I forgot my admission ticket for the exam hall. Hey, hey, look here. I'm standing here, and you wave your hands. Hey, look here. Hi, how are you? So these are all talking about my emotions, more connected with emotions. So teachers, these are the 8 parts of speech which we'll be using in a sentence, different sentences at times when we talk. So in the next class, we'll go one by one with each part of speech and try to learn more about the part of speech. You have an assignment on this, and which would come to you back on the Google form, which I want you to. You have any questions, any doubts on this, you can always put down your comment and your questions on the WhatsApp. Thank you. Good day.